Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action
All right, and welcome to Game 2 of Week 11 here in the Fort for high school hockey. We have the number 1 ranked Homestead Spartans going against the number 2 Carroll Chargers. The battle of the heavyweights. A must-need win for Carroll tonight, as I believe next week they're going to be going up against Leo, and Carroll loses tonight. Leo will be a point behind second place.
Yeah, that could make for an interesting game next week for sure. Carroll certainly wanting to avoid that high-pressure situation.
So far in the season series, Homestead is up 2-1. They've kind of had the handle on Carroll in these last two games, beating 6-1 and 3-1. After that first shutout loss that they had, 3-0, back all the way in October.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really good year for Homestead. They've come a long way since the first games of the season and looked a lot better than they have in years past. This could be a big year for the Spartans.
Yeah, definitely the last few years. Wouldn't say they are in a rebuild because, players, seniors come and graduate. It's just up-and-coming players. But, the last few years they've kind of been in the bottom half of the league. And it's good to see them back at the top as where they used to be back in, I guess, the mid-2010s. It's crazy to say.
It is crazy to say. I played in Homestead and Indiana Tech alumni game recently, and they did have some pretty high-quality players for a beer league match on a Friday night.
Coming to this match of leaders on both sides. Pedersen has the goal category right now.
A hat trick last week, too.
Yes, he did get a hat trick in 2 periods.
It was impressive. It was an impressive display of scoring.
Got the natural hat trick, and Juarez is leading Homestead with 14, and he also has 13 assists, as Camden Blavel, I believe, has 13 assists. He leads the Chargers in that. And obviously Juarez, he has 27 points leading Homestead. So, going to be a good matchup. As I believe Van Antwerp is getting a nod in for net for the second week in a row, and Martinsky coming in. As we would like to thank our sponsors as warm-ups are winding down. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Tom Still Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ontweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OntwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Julie Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you are facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Julie Law Firm is the answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Labor's District Council and affiliated local unions to build Indiana. We are LIUNA. Earn your edge this season. PSM training program. Maximize your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. And today's broadcast is brought to you by Summit City Sports. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The buzzer went off. The players are cleaning up their pucks, getting their team huddle, and then eventually heading to the bench. We're going to have a very good matchup.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we're looking at the main event of the evening right now. The two top dogs in the league, both coming off some big wins last week, getting some momentum under their belts.
Yeah, Homestead's coming in. League play, they are coming in the last 2 games they won. Carroll is split 1-1. So Definitely Carroll, especially coming into this new year, they started off firing. They went off fast. Trying to gain ground. I believe they are 3 points behind Homestead right now. So a win won't put them up in the first place, but it will definitely get them closer.
It'll put the pressure on the Spartans.
And it gives that cushion against Leo.
Seems like both teams are fired up. I think we can expect a high-octane start from both sides. One thing, too, you never want to come out too hot. You got to focus on defense. We might see a little bit of a chess match, but honestly, I think it's going to be pedal to the metal as soon as opening puck drops, and that's probably how this whole game is going to be played if both teams show up and play their brand of hockey.
That's what Carroll did last week against the Vipers. They came out firing on all cylinders. As Doherty, Hebert, Fourier, Gerber, and Sieber are starting five for the Homestead Spartans. Potts, Pedersen, Golan, McDonald, and I believe Lucas Blavel starting for the Carroll Chargers. Face-off is up, and we are underway. Puck goes into the Carroll zone. McDonald picks it up behind his net, getting pressure there by Siebert. Turns it over to Hebert, trying to get away as he again stick aside. It's Gerber, pinches it down. Puts the puck into the corner. McDonald picks it up. He rings it around. Picked up by Ferrier. Taken away by Carroll, but he was able to hold the line and keep it in as he sends it right back down. McDonald picks it up. Puts it around to Potts. Potts puts it off the boards. Out of harm's way. Lalonde in the corner trying to go wide on Hebert. Stick to side. And we have a penalty coming up. There's Lalonde and Hebert. In a shoving match. We got a slash. Coming up against Homestead. Dylan Ferrier heads to the sin bin. Just under 41 seconds into this first period. Carroll's going to have their first power play opportunity. Gibson gets tied up by Johnson in the corner. And Boffman is able to send it down the length of the ice. Platt picks it up, sends it over to Gibson, who sends it right back over to Platt, far side. He turns it back around the offensive zone. Blavel. Goes to the puck to Boffman. Boffman just sends it down deep. And Carroll's forced to regroup. Shurik now trying to get around Boffman. Loses the puck for a second. Platt tries to send it in. And Boffman's off to the races. He's trying to go wide. Stops. Turns around trying to find Juarez. But Juarez loses the puck. So it comes to the near boards. Pass to Blavo just goes high above his stick. No icing on that one, so that get waved off, and Johnson picks it up. Trying to move it over to Swinehart, but it goes too far for him. It's Carroll now has the buck. Harrison moves it to Franks. Franks sends it down in. Martinsky picks it up and sends it to Johnson. Johnson will clear the puck. Swinehart putting pressure down into the corner. Carroll's out to pick it up. Potts as he gets slammed into the boards, but he's able to get it back. Potts cutting across his ice, takes a shot there by Patterson, rebounds out front. And Patterson's able to get it, pick it back up for Carroll's able to set up just as the power play expires. Franks puts it up top for Potts. Potts leads it back for Franks. Excuse me, that's Lalonde. And Carroll going the other way is Urschel. He takes a shot into the glove of Luke Van Antwerp.
You know, Homestead's such a hard team to play against when you're on the man advantage. You got guys like Nick Boffman that are just giving you no time and space. We talk about time and space all the time. We're seeing Carroll players take big hits on their power play. It's just tough. I mean, they're a tough team to play against as it is, and then you think you got a shred of space on the power play, and they're not giving you anything.
Yeah, and Carroll wasn't able to get things set up until the tail end of that power play. They were just stuck in the neutral zone, their own zone, just trying to move it forward. Suarez leaves it back for Johnson. Johnson takes a shot. Stick side there by Van Antwerp. Suarez picks up the rebound. He sends it around to Urschel. Urschel sends it up to Swinging. He moves over to Johnson, but too far behind him. And yes, puck leaves the zone. Johnson has to throw it back in. Anthony Baldwin sends it around. Miscommunication there of picking up the puck. Carroll's having a hard time to clear their own zone. Swinging. Sends it off the boards. And now we'll go down for an icing. It's 11:07. Left here in this first period. Going to have a face-off on the blocker side of Martinsky. Svon Pachon was a little bit too far inside of the face-off circle. Gibson gets tossed. So Harder will take it. Svon Pachon in the corner. Trying to get to Gibson, but too far in front. Swinehart picks it up on the far wing. Sends it down. That's going to be an icing call as he got a little too much on the flip. So the face-off moving to the glove side now of Owen Martinsky.
Homestead already with a couple icing calls against them. You wonder if that's going to come back to bite them if it persists, given all these offensive zone face-offs to the Carroll Chargers.
Tie up there in the face-off. McNary's not able to get as he pushes it to the corner. Tie up there. The shot. Pass save. Harder on the shot. Gibson sends it around for Von Pachon. Trying to center it. Taken away by McNary. Mate picks it up in the near wing. Trying to set up the board, but McNary's stick was on the ice and blocked that chance. Gibson now turns it over to Mapes. He's able to get around Gibson. Mapes enters the zone. He takes a shot, blocks. A little floater there, but Antwerp's able to reach back and snatch that one. Face off the glove side of Van Antwerp. Carroll's able to win that. And Baldwin sends it off the boards. Johnson sends it right back in. Gerber's able to hold the line. Cartel picks it up in the slots, almost turned it over. Patterson moves it to Potts. 2-on-1 here for Carroll. Over to Lalonde, he puts it wide. Cartel's stick, the puck goes over his stick. Perry going around the net, trying to center it. Still has the puck. Now at the top of the blue line, trying to find Gerber there on a one-timer, but that just went wide. shot there from the points by Sieberts. Stick side by Van Antwerp. Turnover here. It's a shot by Urschel. Gets deflected wide. Potts picks up the rebound. Ryder Potts moves it up to Pedersen. The puck just moves forward into the corner. Gerber now takes a big hit there from Anthony Baldwin. Puck still in the Homestead zone. Johnson moves it to Juarez. Juarez takes a shot, stick aside into the corner. Boffman there. Try to center it, but moves it to Anthony Baldwin. Carroll picks up in their own zone. Stick tie up there. Homestead's not able to get the puck back, and Carroll's now moving it. Shurik moves it behind the nets. It comes loose as Franks takes a hit to the knee there. Hopefully he is okay.
Yeah, those are the types of plays you really don't like to see. Took his legs right out up from under him. And like you say, you're just hoping everybody's okay after something like that.
He's able to skate off on his own power. He was dealing with a lower body injury for a few weeks there. He was able to get back at the start of this second half. Head coach Drew Wynn trying to get an explanation there from the referees.
They got two in the box now.
Might have gotten a penalty on that one.
Maybe a 10 and a 2 for intent to injure, perhaps.
So far, they just have a kneeing call as Gibson takes a shot, tails off a stick and hits the glass. Ryder Potts picks it up, turns it over. Swinehart now going off for the races. He stops and turns it around. Potts gives it to Lalonde. Lalonde sends it in. Martinsky behind, stops it just enough for Hebert to pick it up. And they able to get it out. Baldwin wasn't able to get to the blue line fast enough. Face off, south side Homestead zone. Swiner's able to win it forward to himself, but Patterson takes it back. Lalonde sends it in. Martinsky goes behind the net to stop it. And Chapman sends it down. Carroll behind their own net, getting ready to set things up. Baldwin sends it to Patterson. We're going to have a penalty here. Got a trip on Chapman.
Yeah, and he's getting beat wide there, puts his stick where it shouldn't be. And you see the palms go up towards the ceiling, but in my opinion, that's a fine call to make if you're a referee.
Suarez trying to get an explanation on why they called that.
Homestead seems to be arguing everything here early in this game. I'm not sure that's the foot they want to get out on with these referees.
Maybe they thought he dove on that one, trying to get a call. Nonetheless, it's going to be 5-on-3 for 55 seconds for Carroll. going to be their third power play of the evening. Potts finds Franks. It's up top to Baldwin. Trying to move the Potts, but a little too hot. Potts is able to recover it. Potts steals the puck. Trying to take a shot there for Patterson to tip. Golan picks it up. Potts takes a shot and he scores! A no angle shot for Ryder Potts. Power play goal for Carroll. They are up 1-0.
Yeah, we talked about how difficult Homestead was to play against 5-on-4. Not the same story 5-on-3. Now you start to see Carroll with a lot of time and space to set up in the attacking zone. And like we always talk about with time and space, you give a bad guy time and space, he's going to look excellent. And these guys are going to look phenomenal if you give them this much time and space. And you don't really have a choice 5-on-3. Potts finds himself backdoor, lets one loose, and makes this a 1-0 game.
Still a minute 23 on the next man advantage for Carroll. They send it down into the zone. Martinsky back to stop it, but Shurik putting pressure on Gerber. Not able to clear. Overbay trying to move it to Gibson, but turnover to Juarez. Juarez going wide. Homestead wanting to call in that one. It's Carroll now got a 5-on-3 in the rush as Juarez is stuck back in the corners. He's injured. Swinehart puts Overbay down to the ice.
We'll take another look. I mean, in the defense of the officials, that one could have been a little more incidental. I think it was really the slide into the boards that shook up Juarez. Possibly could have been arguing for a hook, but I think that's a stretch.
Face-off going to be on the blocker side of Martinsky. One forward by Shurik. He goes behind the net. Lost control of the puck. Overbay was able to pinch down and play back in, but Johnson sends it down. Johnson in the neutral zone. Sends it into the Carroll zone. Gibson now pick it up behind his net. 17 seconds left. And their man advantage. They're able to score one on the power play. Carto now crosses the line, puts it back for Patterson. He takes a shot, stick side by Martinsky. Lavelle trying to push it forward. But Gerber takes it away and he sends it off the glass. And touched. The safety netting barely.
I saw it move.
Yep, it's jiggling a little bit now. Face-off going in the blocker side of Martinsky. Patterson and McNary on the face-off. Patterson's able to win it to Baldwin. Patterson now in the corner, spins it around, taken away by Johnson, who sends it into the corner. Swine on the far wing, takes out two Carroll players on accident, but Mapes is able to put it into the Carroll zone, but they send it right back out. Chapman, the red line, trying to dump it in, blocked by Colton Franks. Cartel, puck gets deflected by McNary. Things are starting to heat up here. McNary in his own zone. Trying to send it to Swiner, but kicked away by Baldwin. The puck goes into the corner. Penalty's going to be called now as we have a cross check. It's coming up on Carroll. So Homestead's going to get their first power play opportunity of the night, hoping to tie this game up at 1.
So that was it on the takedown then.
Yep. Carroll's able to win the face-off. It's Urschel. Gets it to Siebert, who puts it up to Warris. Warris takes the shot. In and out into the corner. Siebert from behind the nets.
Oh, and the buzzer sounds at the Ice House.
I don't think they started the clock.
That is the case. We still have 2 minutes up on the penalty clock.
I believe they're going to let run for a few seconds here.
You know, while we've got a minute, I can't help but notice that the Carroll Chargers have not dressed a second goaltender tonight.
Yeah.
So Carroll's done a pretty good job so far keeping play down Homestead's end of the ice and away from Luke Van Antwerp. But I could imagine if things start piling up in front of him, they're going to defend the front of that net with a passion, and it might get a little chippy.
I was wondering why Gamal's not dressed. Maybe he's got an injury dealing with.
We didn't get any report on it.
No, we did not. Face-off won by Sieberts. Which is a Hebert who finds Urschel, who sauces it down to Siebert. Hebert to Siebert. In the corner. Puts it around the net. Up top to Urschel. Urschel trying to find a lane, but that gets blocked. Siebert now crawling across. We have a penalty coming up here on Carroll. Hebert getting pressured now. In the line, it's going to slap it down. So 5-on-3 opportunity now for Homestead for a minute 19.
How the tables turn. And actually, this is a heads-up play here by Urschel to start this up at the top. He draws that guy way out there, opens up the lane for Siebert. And there's really nothing else that Carroll can do to close that off other than take a penalty. And like you say, now a 5-on-3 opportunity for the Homestead Spartans.
So far, they have a 25% power play percentage through 10 games. There's a shot there by Warris, and he scores! That didn't take long off the face-off. Warris gets his 14th of the season, and we are all tied up at 1.
Yeah, Juarez is a talented goal scorer. He gets a lane like this, he's shooting the puck. And more often than not, he's finding a hole to the back of the net. We just saw that right there.
Still a minute 53 left on the cross-check penalty from Mikey Baldwin. Cartozo trying to send it around, kept in by Urschel. Warris now on the far top of the blue line. Trying to send it down low, but gets deflected. And Jacob Harrison is able to send it out. Siebert getting pressured by Ryder Potts. Harrison sends it right back down. Hebert to retrieve. Got Harrison right on as he moves it to Urschel. Urschel tries to center it, but stick deflects it right into Van Antwerp's glove. Get a stoppage of play. .110 remaining on the man advantage for Homestead. They just tied it up there with Nico Warris' 14th goal on the season. Carroll's able to just get it out. And here's Warris, picks it up into his zone. Warris sends it down deep. Urschel moves it down to Doherty. Doherty gets pressured off the puck, but Siebert is right there to retrieve. Doherty moves it forward to Warris. Warris trying to shuffle it forward. With fans on it, puts it to Johnson. Puck gets sent up into the safety net. We'll have a stoppage of play. 2:06 left here in this first period. We are all tied up at 1. Power play goal apiece on both sides. Mapes able to win it to Gerber. Gerber puts in the skate of Johnson. He wasn't prepared for that one. Patterson almost took it off for the races. Kawan trying to move it forward. Mapes getting put up against the boards. Period. Moves it to Swinehart on the far side. Sends it to the near side to Johnson. Johnson sends it down low. Ramsey loses the puck. Mapes with a shot deflected by a stick. And that's going to do it for the man advantage for Homestead. They go 1 for 2 there. And Carroll sends it down the length of the ice, and that's going to be an icing. He's off one by Carroll. Franks move it to Shirk, who gets put down into the ice. McNary now. He gets put down by Ramsey. It's a shot there, rebound.
Oh, what an opportunity.
And a diving stick save by Luke Van Antwerp. Puts it out. And I believe we're going to have a penalty. We have a slashing on.
Must have been before the opportunity.
Anthony Baldwin heading to the sin bin.
Certainly.
Might have been when that pass right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not even sure what to label this clip. So much happened in there.
Bieber with a shot into the glove and covered up by Van Antwerp. So the power play is going to run over into the second period as we have 56 seconds.
Oh, we'll see if Homestead doesn't have anything to say about that.
They are able to get Baldwin out of his lease early. Hebert, a shot deflected by Siebert. Pad saved by Van Antwerp. Hebert kind of fan on the pass that goes out. So Juarez regroups in the neutral zone. Trying to get to Potts. Taken away. Potts now on the near side. Loses it to Juarez. Juarez sends it up to Urschel. Urschel kind of lost the footing there in the puck, so Carroll sends it down. Siebert now moves it to Urschel. Puts it up to Juarez. Urschel now cutting across. Takes his shot, keeps on cutting around, goes around the nets. Trying to center it there. Doherty wasn't ready. As that's going to do it here for the first period as we are all tied up. 1-2-1, so we have 57 seconds of leftover power play time for Homestead.
And while we've got a minute, let's just take a look at this whole transition that Homestead wound up drawing up the penalty, because what an entertaining little clip we have here. It starts out, Carroll chips this one out. Homestead's going to make a quick transition. And then I think that's McNary, takes a hit, makes the play. And what an opportunity for the Spartans, and what a save by Luke Van Antwerp. Still not sure we caught the slash. but this is some entertaining hockey what we've got going on here.
Yeah, back and forth on both sides. I bet you both teams will probably like to stay out of the box as much as possible as they both given up the opportunity.
I mean, the 5-on-4, both teams are successful in their penalty kills. It's when they give up that 5-on-3 opportunity so far, they've both sprung a leak. But I think you're right. Even strength would be to everyone's favor here.
So we'll see if Carroll can kill off their third penalty so far. All right, we got fresh 15 minutes up on the clock. Here to start off the second period. Patterson and Ty Sieberts. Sieberts able to win it forward, just enough with it. Poke checked by Patterson. Patterson makes one move, takes a shot in the pad, saved by Martinsky. A quick chance there. Heber loses the puck. Doherty picks it up. Turns things around. Tosses it up to Heber. Heber takes a shot, deflection, puck is loose and covered up by Van Antwerp as Siebert was knocking on the doorstep. Face-off going to be on the glove side of Van Antwerp. Face-up tie up there. Platt's able to get it and send it down the length of the ice. Martinsky leaves it for Johnson. He puts it up to Gerber. Gerber takes it, pass it to Juarez. He takes a shot. Floating puck is another chance by Urschel, and he puts that one high. Juarez to Urschel. It's shot, and they score! Graham Urschel puts it 5-hole. Another power play goal for Homestead. It's now 2-1. 58 seconds into the second period.
And now this one comes just as the clock expires on the power play. There might have been 1 second left up there. The player had not exited the box yet. He was in the process of opening the door. And Urschel finds one in the slot that he just lets rip for the one-timer 5-hole. Gives Homestead their first lead of the game.
Face off at center ice goes to Carroll, and they send it down. Martinsky leaves it for Gerber. Gerber now off the glass. Ramsey was pinching down. Wallvelt in the corner trying to center it for Overbay. Johnson takes it away. He flips it just out. And Baldwin will have the puck in his own zone. Stops behind his net. Cook is pressuring. Still has the puck as he's having tremendous pressure as Swinehart puts a head up on him. Overbay loses the puck into the corner, gets tied up. Gerber pinches down, sends it off the glass. Goes all the way to the near wing. Swinehart getting tied up by Blavelt. Mapes comes out with the puck, flips it forward, and Baldwin will move it to Patterson, who finds Overbay. Overbay trying to go wide on Chapman, puts it puck into the corner. Chapman moving through his own zone. Evades a check from Blauvelt. Takes a shot into the glove of Van Antwerp.
Yeah, Chapman was kind of moosing there. Bumped off a couple of bodies and found himself in a good shooting position.
Face off going to be the glove side of Van Antwerp. McNeary and Shurik. Shurik's able to win it to Baldwin, who finds Franks. Ooh, pushes it forward. Chapman picks it up in his own zone, going behind his nets. Off the glass it goes. Bartel. Finds Baldwin, who sends it down into the zone. McDonald pushes it down. Ferry trying to get the puck out of the zone. McDonald's holding the line. Ferry comes out with the puck. They push off by Franks. McDonald sends it forward for Chapman. Sends off the boards too far in front for Doherty. And Shurik wasn't able to get into the zone. Chapman sends it to the far boards. Doherty in his own zone, puts it to Chapman. He pushes it forward, trying to find McNary, but McNary was going off for a change, and Homestead will send it down into the zone. McDonald moves it up to Franks. Gets across the neutral zone, crosses the line. Got hit as he shot, so that's going to go in the corner for Siebert. Puts it up to Doherty on the far wing. He's getting pressure, so he had to put it back down as we have a broken stick. Johnson sends it off the boards, and McDonald will flip it up into the safety netting.
Starting to become a pretty physical game. I mean, nobody's really getting the puck and getting rid of it without at least taking some kind of a hit. Few and far between, there's a few big open ice hits, but almost every touch results in some physicality. I'm loving this.
Boffman's final release after the 10-minute misconduct. He's going to go out on the ice. He'll win the face-off to Johnson. He puts it over to Heber. Heber up to Boffman. Boffman lost handle the puck, and Anthony Baldwin push it forward. No icing on that one. Johnson and Lalonde meet in behind the net. Lalonde trying to center it for Pedersen into the skates. Stretch pass there, trying to find Urschel in stride. Goes into his skates. Potts puts down in the corner. Lalonde picks it up. Trying to get around Hebert. Loses it, and Boffman moving on the near side. Urschel picks up after that tie-up and sends it into the corner. Juarez stick lifts. Anthony Baldwin, but Platt was right there to recover the puck. On the far wing, we have a tie-up. Puck comes loose to Heber. Heber trying to move it to Boffman, but he got tied up there. Swinehart picks it up, puts it down to Boffman. Boffman trying to center it. Bouncing puck off of a couple of sticks. Couldn't get to Juarez. Another centering chance. Defended by Baldwin. Heber's able to hold the line. Sends it back down the corner. Swinehart picks it up, is able to get around Baldwin. Swinehart gets taken down. Chance there for Ferry, but he loses the puck. Harrison moves it up to Lalonde. He's able to go wide, but it's up getting poke checked there by Siebert. Swinging gets tied up behind the net. Puck goes into the near corner. Here we try to move it to the center ice, but too far for any of his teammates. A couple of collisions there at the center ice. It's Ramsey losing his edge there. Perry. So we'll find Gerber with a deflection, goes wide. Sieberts just put hard into the boards, but still able to regain possession. Moves it to Swinehart. Swinehart turns things around. 2-on-1 here. Gives it, sends it off the ice. And Homestead goes for a full sail line change. Harder. Moving it to the center there to Ramsey. I don't think he was expecting that pass. Pachon sends things down on target, so no icing. Martinsky leaves it for Johnson. Well over 8 minutes remaining here in the second period. Another power play goal by Homestead. They are up 2-1. Chapman, he takes a shot, and that just goes wide. McNary picks up the rebound. Gloved down by McDonald. Homestead able to hold the line. It's a huge collision there. And that is going to result in the penalty. We have an elbow by Blaveldt.
And right there, referee's trying to make sure this game doesn't get out of hand. They got to call everything like that.
Another power play opportunity here for Homestead. Shot off the glass, kept in by Hebert. Goes off of the linesman there. And Platt is able to take advantage and send it down. Platt is going to be the first one there as it died in the snow. He goes behind the net, getting pressured by Hebert. Trying to waste time as he is tied up. Homestead comes out with his Doherty. Moving through the neutral zone as he crosses the line. Stops, turns things back to Urschel. Urschel fans on the pass. But Homestead's able to keep things. Juarez makes one move. Puck got taken off his stick. Martinsky comes out of his net to get the puck as Patterson was rushing down the ice. Hebert ties up Patterson behind the net. Under a minute to go in this man advantage. Urschel moves it to Juarez into his skates, was able to regain possession. Juarez now stops things on the far wing. Hoffman trying to help him out. Puck comes free. Juarez trying to take a shot. Got deflected off the stick. Baldwin is going to go into the safety netting.
Yeah, Juarez fighting his way to a couple good opportunities on that shift on the power play. Get a much needed rest after this one and let the next unit try to take it from here.
38 seconds left on the man advantage. Face-off won by Homestead, one forward. Swinehart gets pinned against the boards, loses the puck to Baldwin, who sends it around the other side of the boards and is going to head out. Gerber picks it up in his own zone. Trying to move it to Johnson, who's able to find Swinehart. Swinehart off the boards to Johnson. Johnson now. It's up top to Sieberts. He's able to poke it to Gerber. Puts it back up to Siebert. Siebert puts it a little bit too high for a one-timer into the corner. Johnson sends it around. Ramsey. Carroll's back at full strength. Baldwin fresh off the bench. Sends it forward, and Gerber now in his own zone. It's the far side to Swinehart. Swinehart sends it down into the zone. Anthony Baldwin will pick things up. Stick got cut in the board, so Ferrier take advantage. McNary now. Move it up to Gerber, but hops over his stick. And he sets things back into the Carroll zone. Ramsey behind his own net. Evades a check from McNary. Moves it up to Lalonde. Lalonde crosses the line. Not able to get around Gerber, who finds McNary. McNary puts it back to Gerber. Gerber with a shot high off the glass. Plot puts it off the boards to Blaveldt. Puts it down back behind the Shirk, who puts it into the corner. Chapman. On the net, tying things up. Carroll comes out with things. Shirk trying to put it over. Slap shot there by McDonald, gets blocked in traffic. Starkady is able to poke things away from Shirk. Chapman picks it up in his own zone. Darkady. Leaves it for Gerber, who trying to play over to Mapes. There are two Carroll charges there, so Patterson will take things over. Mapes strips the puck from him, and Juarez, fresh off the bench, will send it down to the zone. Hoffman putting pressure on McDonald. Puck goes around. Chapman off the boards, sends it into the corner. Hoffman picks it up. Got hit into the boards there. Close on the call. Juarez takes a shot. Blockered away by Van Antwerp. Juarez with the puck again in the corner. Put it down for Boffman. And pressure on Pedersen. Urschel now. With possession, moves it up. Takes a shot, blockered away. That was swinging on the shot. Boffman moves to the Warriors with a chance. He fanned on the shot. Carroll's able to clear things down, and that's going to go for an icing.
And Juarez finding himself in another opportunity to increase his already 2-point game. Just can't get enough lumber on that one.
Face-off going to be the blocker side of Van Antwerp. Face-off won by Siebert. Johnson with a shot. It's deflected wide to Ramsey. Off the boards. Puts it to Von Pachon. Finds Gibson. Gibson sends things down. Swinehart trying to flip it forward for Ferry. Too far for him. Puck gets sent down to the Homestead zone. Johnson picks it up behind his net. Trying to draw in some forecheckers there. Swinehart off the boards. Move there by Ferry. He takes a shot. And the puck goes underneath the leg pad of Van Antwerp. We have 2:25 left here in the second period. Face-off going to be the blocker side of Van Antwerp. McNary and Pedersen. McNary able to win it to Mapes, who chips it forward. McNary puts it around the boards to the far side. Huber pinches down. Bartow sends it off the board, but Huber was there and tries to center it. For Pedersen now, he breaks free. He has a breakaway now. He takes a shot, and the save there by Martinsky. Puck was loose for a second. And a huge save by Martinsky on the breakaways. Pedersen was able to split the Homestead defenders.
Yeah, Pedersen chucked the wheels on coming out of his defensive zone and got a step on every Homestead Spartan in his path. The only one he couldn't beat was Martinsky.
Face-off going to be on the glove side now, Martinsky. One back to Baldwin. Baldwin takes a shot, stick side. Potts in the corner now. Comes it out to Baldwin. Baldwin with another chance, blocked it away into the corner. Juarez moving it to Urschel. Urschel sends things into the corner. Baldwin is able to find Ryder Potts. Potts gets it out of the zone. Chapman was waiting for the puck. He moves it to Juarez. Juarez, he takes a shot and then goes wide. Urschel picks up the rebound up top of the blue line, puts it down to Boffman, who puts it down to Juarez. Juarez cutting in, takes a shot into the pad of Van Antwerp. Gerber over to Chapman. Chapman with a shot into the stomach of Van Antwerp.
Luke Van Antwerp had the privilege of a bit of a slow start between the pipes, but he's certainly getting tested now. Shots coming from all over the ice.
Over a minute remaining here in the second period. Homestead still holding on to their 2-1 lead. Ramsey off the face-off. And pressured by Siebert. Puck not able to get out. And Gerber flips it back down to the corner. Siebert with a huge hit on Platt. Has the puck. Puts it on net, but might got blocked there. The reverse hit by Baldwin on Swinehart. So we have a chance here for sure. He's able to come through, and he gets poke checked at the last second. Ramsey moves it far near side to Blavel, who puts it, trying to find Baldwin, but he wasn't looking. No icing on this one. Gerber pitchforks it forward. Swinehart flips it up. It's going to die. Sperry puts it pressure on Ramsey. Siebert puts it back down in the corner. 6 seconds left. Pedersen in with the puck. It ties things up with Doherty, and that's going to do it here for the second period. So Homestead getting a power play goal by Graham Urschel. So they take a 2-1 lead heading into the second intermission break. So we're going to come back, get things debriefed by Eric. So you're watching high school hockey here on Summit City Sports.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it no. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Alrighty, and welcome back to the second intermission report here, where the Homestead Spartans are leading the Carroll Chargers by a score of 2-1. Alrighty, Eric, you ready?
Yeah, so first of all, shots. In the first period of action, Homestead led 8-6. In the second period, they ramped up that differential in a 10-4 second period, resulting in a total of 10-18 in favor of Homestead in the shot category. Now, we saw a few goals, two of them coming in the first period of action. And actually, Carroll's going to get us started with that scoring, but not until Homestead goes down one man. As Boffman knee to knee, he sat for 10 minutes for that. And then two men down with this trip in the corner. So like we mentioned a few times, Homestead looked really good 5-on-4. They were killing penalties very aggressively and being really successful with that. But just as soon as they go down 5-on-3, look at how much time and space the Carroll Chargers have to get this set up. 3 or 4 options for every pass. And from behind the net, Patrick Lalonde sets up Ryder Potts for a one-timer and beats Owen Martinsky for Carroll goal number 1. And then, not unlike what we just saw coming the other way, Carroll is going to take one penalty here. It's a cross-checking call. And then in the midst of their penalty kill, and like I said, I tip my hat to Graham Urschel for this because the patience coming across, he draws this guy out and creates a nice hole for Siebert that can only be closed with the taking of a second penalty. So now Homestead's got a 5-on-3 brewing. And who else but captain and leading goal scorer Nico Juarez picks this one up with assists from Braden Heber and Graham Urschel. Seeing eye shot, found the lane, took it, and found the back of the net. And then we have this little turn of events where Homestead not only gets an excellent scoring opportunity and Luke Van Antwerp stands on his head, but they manage to draw a penalty. And it's at the very, very tail end of this power play that Homestead's going to score their second goal. This time it's going to be Graham Urschel from the slot, set up by Nico Juarez. That's a 2-point night for Juarez. And Urschel with the one-timer finds 5-hole open, exposed. Van Antwerp couldn't get down in time. And both goalies throughout this game have played spectacular. From early on, we saw high-quality scoring opportunities. Both teams point blank. There's Owen Martinsky making a big stop. And we'll show it one more time, this big 2-on-1 save where Luke Van Antwerp flashes some leather and gets across. Absolutely beautiful display of goaltending. Opportunities like this, point blank. That one was more of a fan, but you get the idea. It's high pressure for these goalies, and they are standing on their heads right now. And one last display of that came around the end of that second period, where Pedersen worked hard to get him and his team a breakaway, and Owen Martinsky shut him down. So goaltending is a huge factor in this game so far after 2 periods of action. And so is the special teams.
Yeah, that's mainly the real difference right now. 5-on-5, it's just a back-and-forth battle. And these power plays are what's the score right now. All 3 goals were on the power play.
And we've also seen a lot of physicality. I cannot stress that enough. Every time anybody touches the puck, they're expecting to get hit. Just keeps you playing on edge. It's good stuff. But like we say, we want to keep both teams 5-on-5. They want to stay 5-on-5, so they got to rein it in a little bit. They can't let any tempers get the best of them. Play good, clean, physical hockey. And if you're the Carroll Chargers, especially only dressing one goaltender, you got to protect the front of your net. You got to make sure your goalies feel comfortable. They're both, Martinsky and Van Antwerp, are huge factors in this game at this point.
Yeah, and you expect Carroll to come into this third period going 110%. You know, you're down a goal. Obviously, the 5-on-5 is just back and forth. You got to be able to get a break in there somewhere. You know, for Homestead, you can't step back. You can't let your foot off the gas pedal. You have to keep on going. You have to match Carroll while going 110%. You can defend a 2-1 lead in 15 minutes. It's been done before.
It has been done before, but I don't think they want to sit back at all. I think, like you say, there's no foot off the gas. They're going to want to play in the offensive zone as much as they possibly can, because that 1-goal lead is not safe against the Carroll Chargers.
Teams are just getting their final stretches in. They has entered the playing surface. Carroll hoping to tie things up here in the third period or potentially take a lead.
15 minutes on the board, Mason. Anything can happen. I'm excited. I'm feeling a big finish here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be coming down to the wire.
We knew this was going to be the main event tonight.
Two heavyweights of this league. Carroll trying to claw back into that first place position. Homestead trying to hold their 3-point lead, trying to make it 5. Get themselves a 2-game lead against Carroll. We are just getting set here for face-off, opening face-off. Yeah, fresh sheet of ice, fresh 15 minutes on the board. Chapman, Johnson, Siebert, Doherty, and Swinehart out for Homestead. Top line out for Carroll. Face-off is won by Pearson back. Ramsey sends it in. We already have heavy hitting here in the first 5 seconds.
Love it.
Johnson in his own zone, moving through a neutral zone, set things into the corner. Plot pick things up, taken away by Swinehart. He loses an edge, so Carroll will take things back. Pearson trying to move it over to Lalonde, a little bit too far. Him and Johnson collide into the boards. Potts now leaves things behind, but Chapman, Lalonde puts a shoulder in the Chapman. Ramsey takes a shot, blocked by Doherty. Shot by Platt, another block shot by Homestead, that time by Swinehart. Platt trying to send things in. Swinehart making it difficult. Platt is able to take it back though. Siebert now cuts through the middle into the neutral zone. Crosses the lines, he tries to get around Ramsey, gets tied up. Puck goes into the corner. I believe the puck's under Ramsey. It comes loose. The Potts not able to get around Chapman, who puts him into the spin cycle. Warris stretch pass to Siebert. He's able to get a stick on there, but that goes right down into the glove of Van Antwerp, who covers things up. The intensity is brewing here. We're not even a minute and a half in. We already have multiple big hits. Multiple block shots already. Baughman able to win the faceoff. Gerber puts the puck into the corner. Juarez pick things up. Bouncing puck just flips over the stick. Baldwin now trying to move it to his brother. Taken away by Baughman. Baughman sends things back around to Juarez, who finds Baughman with a shot. Goes wide. Urschel to pick things up. He gets put in the boards, and we're going to have a penalty called on that one. Juarez now in the corner, trying to center things. Both arms are up on the officials. We might have 2 separate penalties.
So certainly we've got the initial hit. There were 2 guys in there.
Spalding once again going to the sin bin, with the refs put their hands up for the same penalty.
Is that going to be a 5-minute?
Nope, it's 2 minutes there for Baldwin.
2 minutes for Baldwin, all right. And that's exactly what we said both teams are going to want to try to avoid. We need a nice, clean, physical game because the man advantage is the devil right now.
And Homestead could take a 2-goal lead if they're able to score on this, making it a lot harder for Carroll to claw back. Suarez reverse hit on Platt right there. Suarez now in the neutral zone. Getting things started for Homestead. Spins things around. Flips it over to Hebert. Hebert puts it down low to Urschel into the corner. Platt game pressured. Juarez with a one-timer there, goes wide. Heber's not able to keep it in, so they have to reset in the neutral zone. Puts it near side to Juarez. Juarez puts it a little flutter pass to Doherty, but the puck went off sides. Ooh, Urshel might have broken a stick on that one. Face-off going to be outside of the Carroll zone, a glove side. Hoffman going to be taking the face-off. Homestead is able to win it back to Juarez. Juarez now trying to split the Carroll D. Loses the puck for a second. Urshel is able to get it back. Urshel sends it off the boards to Heber. Heber puts it back to Urshel on the far wing. Sauces it up top to Heber. Heber puts it down low to Juarez, trying to center it there. Deflected by Carroll. Puck stays onside. Juarez moves it to Boffman with a shot and the save. Rebound by Boffman. Bouncing puck out front. Van Antwerp didn't know where it was. Urshel trying to put things, just puts it wide. Boffman puts it around for Urshel. Cutting to the center. Puts in the skates of Heber. Heber, they go around the little lawn. Cuts in. He takes a shot. Gets deflected wide. 12 seconds remain here on the man advantage. Sieberts on the near wing. Puts it up to Gerber. Gerber back down to Siebert. Siebert cuts across. Takes a shot. Stick save. Rebound. I believe it went behind the net. Came loose.
Wow, the Carroll Chargers just barely weathering that storm of Homestead Spartan power play opportunities to keep this game at 1. Looks like Siebert maybe has a broken steel, getting towed to the bench. Can confirm he's getting his steel brought by the referee.
All right, it's popped down or actually did break. Face-off coming in the blocker side of Van Antwerp. McNary on the face-off. Face-off is won by Carroll. Cartel moving through the neutral zone, sends it down. Gerber pick it up behind his nets. Johnson off the glass. Shot there by Overbay. Harrison loses control and Mapes now. Puts it up to Johnson. Johnson across the line. Leaves it back for Mapes. Mapes with a shot into the stomach of Van Antwerp. We'll have a face-off coming up. Off glove side now of Van Antwerp. Won by Boffman. Wins it to himself. Moves it to Juarez. Got pressure there. Harrison loses the puck to Johnson. Johnson moves it to Urshel. Urshel gets poked away by Blavel, and that goes into the corner. Taken away by Nico Juarez. Juarez stretch pass to Urshel, gets a bouncing puck, almost is able to split the D. Well, you have to go wide. And we're going to have a hand pass called on Homestead. Face-off going to be in outside of the Homestead zone. For us having a discussion on the location. We're now moving it to the center ice. Face off one by Gibson. It's down into the corner. Hebert. Taken away by Von Pachon. Marshall sends it off the boards. Baldwin to pick it up. Becky Baldwin spins around. He finds Carter. It's up to Vaughn Pachon. He takes a shot off the blocker. Puts it forward. Gibson sends it off the glass. We'll have the face-off blocker side of Owen Martinsky. Patterson and Siewert on the face-off. Patterson's able to win that to Potts. Ryder Potts in the corner gets taken down, no call. Doherty off the glass, sends it down. That's going to be an icing on Homestead. Ferry got a chance to beat that out. Siebert and Patterson battle once again in the face-off dot. Siebert able to win this forward. The shot there by Platt. Pat save. Rebound comes to Gerber. Sends it off the boards, but the linesman blocked that opportunity. Punk comes back to Johnson. It's at Gerber. Gerber puts it out front. Martinsky. Dangerous pass. Potts takes a shot. And gloved down by Owen Martinsky.
Opportunities coming both way at this point in the period.
Got 8:52 left in the third. Homestead still hanging on to their 2-1 lead. Face off going to be the glove side of Martinsky.
Good to see tension's getting high out there.
I think Anthony Baldwin might have jumped just a little bit from the far wing. Franks with a shot gets blocked by Gerber. He's feeling that one right off the hand. Courteau trying to get to Franks. They put it back to each other. Knuckle puck there by Courteau. Sticks aside, Gerber off the glass. Perfect pass right to Warris. He's got a breakaway opportunity. He takes a shot. He puts it wide.
My goodness. And, you know, I think Gerber was just doing whatever he could to clear because he had just taken a puck to the wrist. He wanted to let it sit for a minute. And, wow, what a play that turned out to be.
Warris now sends it to Chapman with a one-timer, and he puts that one off the toe that goes wide. And the net comes loose, so we'll have a stoppage of play.
I'll tell you what, Mason, these two teams came to play 3 hard periods of hockey, and at the very least, that's what they're going to do here. And wow, is it entertaining for us and everybody else here at the Ice House tonight.
Face-off's going to be the glove side of Van Antwerp. Carroll's able to win that one. Pot sends it off the boards. Chapman picks it up in his own zone, spins it around, loses it, but Siebert's right there to pick things right back up. Mapes able to jump off above the puck so he didn't go off sides. Pot sends it into the linesman, and Mapes sends it into the Carroll zone. Lalonde turns things over. Puck's at the line, comes out. Swinehart now gets bumped off the puck and then goes into the corner. McDonald now. It's taken down, and we're going to have the penalty coming up for Homestead. Against Homestead, excuse me. So Carroll is going to get an opportunity to tie things up with 7:18.
Yeah, Carroll already managed to kill one off in the third period. Now it's Homestead's turn.
Cross-check called on that one. Hoffman and Patterson on the face-off dot. Hoffman's able to win it back. Tied up into the corner. Franks comes out with it, trying to center it to Potts. Go right into the stick of Doherty, and he sends it down the length of the ice.
It's a risk and reward play. You know, you can throw it no look out in the slot, and if somebody happens to be there, yeah, you got probably a goal, but more often than not, you don't have anybody right where you throw it blindly, and it's an easy clear for the opposing team. Now they've killed 30 seconds of their man advantage.
Franks puts it back for Potts. Gets it back, trying to cut through, trying to take a shot. Shot there by Lalonde by the pad save. Baldwin puts it around. Heber picks it up for Homestead, sends it off the glass. Is able to clear the zone. Colton Franks puts it up to Mikey Baldwin, who sends it down. Martinsky puts it behind his net. Heber picks it up. Franks puts it back to Lalonde. So they go back and forth. Franks up top to Baldwin. Back to Franks. Franks takes a shot, deflection, rebound out front. And the puck just squirts out when Homestead's able to get a change. Carroll trying to move things fast. Patterson going wide on Heber. He takes a shot off the mask. And Martinsky is able to cover things up. Harrison definitely wants that one back.
I mean, a point-blank opportunity, a goal scorer like him, of course he does. Situation like this, it just keeps getting better.
6 minutes even left in this third period. Carroll still has 41 seconds left on their man advantage off the Swinehart cross check. Gibson now being tied up by Gerber.
And Gibson's got to be careful there, wrapping up Juarez like that.
Siebert now trying to get things wide. It's bumped off the puck. Overbay picks it up for Carroll, moving through his own zone. Try to send it to Shurik off his stick. Right to Johnson. He's able to clear the zone. Johnson sends it down the length of the ice. Platt picks it up behind his own net. Being pressured by Juarez. Homestead is now back to full strength. There's a huge hit there by Siebert on Gibson. Another open ice hit. Johnson couldn't find Siebert. That's going to go down for an icing.
And tensions are high in this physical matchup here in Game 2, Week 11 at the Ice House. That's just one example there.
Hoffman and Jacob Patterson now on the face-off dot. Hoffman able to win it back. Vampachon trying to center it. Swinehart fresh out of the box. Loses that, but Chapman able to regain possession. Off the glass, Chapman is able to get it to Boffman. Boffman might have a step here. He takes a shot, he scores! Nick Boffman puts the top cheddar on Van Antwerp. And it's 3-0 in favor of Homestead.
How about that? Boffman, how did he even find himself there?
Just another one of those opportunities off a clear. Right place at the right time. Potts now. He takes a shot and that goes wide. Baldwin sends things back around. Neri trying to get it out and he's able to. Morris takes the puck away. Trying to force his way through. Able to get the puck back as Van Antwerp was trying to cover things up. McNary wide open in the slot. He fans on the puck. Potts moves things to Lalonde. We have a 2-on-1 here for Carroll. Lalonde passes to Patterson into his skate, not able to get a shot off. Patterson takes a shot off the post. Lalonde walking the line. Finds Patterson. Patterson puts a shot on net. Sticks aside by Martinsky. Potts sends things back around. Chapman's able to slap it out. Baldwin now regroups in his own zone. Puts it to Pedersen. Pedersen leaves it for Lalonde. Lalonde trying to cut through, but taken away by Urschel, who flips it up to Doherty. Urschel slaps things down as there would have been a hand pass on Carroll if they would have touched it. Platt loses the puck here with another opportunity. Glove save there by Van Antwerp. I believe that was Urschel. 3 minutes left here. Homestead just recently took a 3-1 lead. A funky bounce out the Zamboni doors. Franks sauces it up to Shirt. He loses it to Boffman. Boffman sends it right back down to the Carroll zone. McDonald spins things around. Franks turnover here by Boffman. Boffman another opportunity. Gloves away by Van Antwerp. Bouncing puck in front. And the pass saved by Van Antwerp. Carroll's able to clear the zone just for a second. Homestead sends things back down as they try and go off for a change. McDonald will just send things down for an icing so he can get off the ice.
Yeah, Homestead really setting up for a strong finish here. Starting to take control of this late in the third period.
Face-off going to be in the glove side of Van Antwerp. Tie up there in the circle. Homestead comes away to swing in. Puts it right back down into the corner. Mates takes a shot in the save into the glove by Van Antwerp. Face-off going to be in on the blocker side of Van Antwerp now. Siebert and Pedersen. Face-off won by Pedersen. Back to Platt. Platt goes around his net. Puts it up to Potts, who loses possession. The puck goes into the corner. Mapes trying to center there for Schweinhartz. Van Antwerp is able to cover things up.
I hate to admit it, but I'm surprised we didn't see more of that after the whistle. Type of net front shoving earlier in the game. Now in the last 2 minutes of the game, we're gonna start getting chippy in front of the net.
Carroll probably trying to give themselves some hope and not get in the penalty box and kill their chances of potentially coming back.
They need to get the puck out of their zone if they want to do that.
Baldwin tied up against the boards by Juarez, who takes the puck away. Juarez able to move it up to Johnson, but hops over his stick. Lalonde couldn't get past Doherty. They tried to pull the nets, but Homestead took back possession. They send it down. Van Antwerp coming off of to the bench now. Lalonde behind the nets. It's taken down by Boffman. Potts sings things back the opposite direction. Juarez trying to tie it up against the boards. Shurik is able to take it away. Puts it through his skates along the far side. Shot there, rebound opportunity, and another save. Another chance by Lalonde goes wide. 1 minute left here. Potts to the Ramsey. Ramsey shot gets blocked and Morris is able to clear. That's going to stop with all the snow there. Baldwin. That's it far side. Gets it to Pedersen. Pedersen moves it forward to Potts. Potts finds Ramsey. Ramsey now moving near wing. Any pressure, able to stay on sides. Patterson with the shot. Saved there by Martinsky, 24 left. Ramsey trying to wrap it around. Baldwin lost his edge. Gonna race for the puck here. Patterson loses the puck. Siebert puts it on the empty net. And that's pretty much going to do it here. Homestead keeping their crown on the first place as they move 5 points ahead of Carroll now as they take the W by a score of 3-1.
I think Carroll just waited a little bit too long to put that final push on. Ran out of clock.
They did. They are struggling to get out of their own zone with 3 minutes left. They probably wanted to be able to get Van Antwerp pulled then. But just a little bit too late. So that's going to do it for week 11 here of the high school season. We got a month left until the city tournament. So definitely going to be a push here for the playoffs. We'd like to thank you guys for watching this edition of high school hockey here on Summit City Sports. Mason Voweed, Eric Holzmer. We'll see you guys later. So we definitely are going to have more live streams coming up, basketball and hockey alike. We'd like you guys have a nice, warm night. Drive safe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it up. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook, Big Low come through frying. Hey, let her cook, okay. Too much cake out bow, oh God. Let her cook,